Okay, I think we're ready.
I'm here because my parents came to here from abroad. My father immigrated to Israel from Poland after the Holocaust. My mother immigrated to Israel from Iraq, the party that belonged to Kurdistan, and they met here, and each one of them came to Israel with his own traumatic background about being a Jewish, about being chasing by my mother by the Muslim, my father by the Nazis, which makes me here someone that is very belong to Israel, knowing his background, understanding where he's going, not far from Israel, always in Israel. Even if it's a short visit in abroad, I know where I belong. And it's with commitment, because being Israeli, being a son for a Holocaust survivor, and mostly from my father's side, is someone that is very, let's say, responsibility about being Israeli and being Israeli, Zionist, Jewish, who live here, represent the country, and doing, let's say, extra work or extra service for Israel, because what I'm doing in my life, I'm running here a hostel, and I'm hosting people from all around the world, and it's really something that allow me to present Israel for them, of course with the touristical sites around the Sea of Galilee and the Galilee, but mostly to give from first-hand information about how we live here and what we're doing and how we can live here, which is more than once sounds to me not understand to the people. How can people live in Israel? And if we are fighting here every day, if we are stabbing one each other, I mean Jewish and Arab day by day, are we fighting the secular Jewish with the Orthodox day by day? Are we living peacefully, the Jewish Sephardic with the Jewish Ashkenaz? If all this pot can bring good dish in the end of the day. And my answer is, it's like being in a family, in a big family. It's sometimes very crowded in the home, and everyone should find a place. But it takes time, and everyone finds his place and learn to respect one each other, and to give his friends or his brother or sister his privacy. Of course, that is a conflict, like in a normal family. Sometimes, loud conflict. But in the end of the day, it's based on willing to improve our life here, even if it sounds ridiculous between Jewish and Arab. Yes, we can live here, and we can live here peacefully, and I'm always giving example about let's take, for example, if I'm a sick person coming to the hospital, I often can meet one of the staff, if it's a doctor or a nurse, that they are Muslim Arabs. And I'm very confident to give my body or myself in the hands of an Arab doctor or Arab nurse, and I'm more than sure that they will do their best to bring me some cure or relief. Same time, it's about, I was teacher in the college, and I was having students, Arab and Jewish, and I was always pleased to see how in the crew of production about making movie, it's combined from two Arabs and one Jewish, or one Jewish or two Arabs, and once this side is behind the camera, and once this guy in front of the camera, and how they cooperating, because there's one important interest making something nice about, how to show the life in Israel, without trying to, to cover about things that not working well in Israel, to put them on the table to open them, to discuss about them, to ask and to give a question, and sometimes not clear immediately, but having in the process of living here together. And I'm more than one of those willing to provide or to explain about how this unnormal can become true. And this is what I'm doing here. And more I feel that I like to do it, because when I'm explaining to people and giving my background, it's good for them, but it's good for me, because from time to time I need to hear myself and to make the things that it would be clear to me too. So anytime that someone challenge me or ask me about Israel and about me, what I'm doing here is I'm making kind of restart and finding myself remember, which is needed from time to time, to understand where am I, from where I'm coming, where I'm going, what is my purpose and what is my vision. It was too long.